Hey guys, so this is the season finale of season 4. Man, season 4 has been a ride. Nobody could have predicted this pandemic. You're trying to do a vlog and it's like, well, everywhere is closed. So we're gonna vlog at home. Thank you guys so much for all of the kind words and comments and likes. Make sure you do like and comment on this video, and then go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, so you make sure you see when my stuff goes live in the future. This vlog was shot by my friend Tran a year ago, right before I was supposed to move to Los Angeles. He shot it for me. I'll put his website in the description. Look him up. Enjoy this vlog, and season 5 is coming at you in October, so make sure you subscribe. Enjoy the vlog. All right, welcome to a new episode of Tyler Slawson Action, the vlog. Welcome to Durant, Oklahoma. This is my hometown. Today, I'm just gonna kind of take you guys around and show you different parts that made up who I was here, the people, places, and things, mostly places that made up my life here. And anyway, I wanted to bring you guys along. Different. So, like this, we used to have a white pipe fence around here, which I guess it looks like it's kind of a park. Anyway, we moved here in like 2000, and we lived here up until they sold the house in late 2011. So I spent like a lot of my life here. We used to have bushes, shrubs right here. There were some other trees out here also. Anyway, this was it. That was actually my bedroom window up there. It was up on the second floor, and we had this door opening up here. All right, that's it.
How's it feel? How's the nostalgia hitting you?
I don't know. I feel like I kind of moved on a few years ago, but I mean, it's still kind of cool to be out here and have the experience of like seeing it all, especially since it's changed so much. I thought we'd come out here and nothing would have changed a whole lot, but it is kind of weird because of that. It's like a real step back in time, especially since I'm moving, because it's like, I just feel like all of my life in Durant is like coming to full circle, you know? It took us hours to mow this lawn. So I left there and then went to into town, which is where we're going now. Worked for First United for a short amount of time, but not there. I worked at the main bank. It was a disaster. I mean, I guess the bank is not a disaster. My experience was a disaster. I actually lived right there at 721 North 5th, which looks bad from the outside, but my parents had really redone the inside and it looked really good. And it was really, I mean, it was a really great place. I had all this, well, there was a house there that got torn down, and we were so happy it got torn down because it was a wreck. But anyway, my friends would come over, and I had a lot of good times there. My first ever Christmas party happened in that house, and I had a lot of life groups meet in there, and just a lot of good memories in that house particularly. And I would have stayed there, except that my parents sold the place in 2015, and I didn't know what the new landlords were going to charge me. And so a friend from church offered for me to move in and rent a room from them, which was fine, because I was an artist, you know. You just kind of do what you can do, you know. But anyway, so it looks bad on that side. I just remember before that I would kind of help my parents, like, you know, with tenants and things, and so I was right there. One time my parents had these people come in to look at the place, and I go and show them the place, and then they say, okay, we're good. And I'm like calling my parents saying, hey, they're gonna rent it. Well, they go get a TV out of the vehicle and they start to unload it. And I said, oh, hold up. We gotta sign paperwork first. And I was like, what have my parents got me into? And then I moved a block and a half after they sold that place, and I rented a room from the Weirs in this house right here. They had a nice place in the back that I rented from them. They have since sold this place, but that was my private entrance right there. And at the time, this was not fenced in, and we just all parked back over here. Looks like they've torn down a big old tree too, rotting.
So with you and living with places with sketchy roadways.
least suspecting person to live in shady areas, right? Alright, here we go. I don't know what we're gonna expect when we get up at this next place, but we're gonna give it a go at it. For a little bit of time, I rented this house up here, which looks bad from the outside, or at least it did when I moved out.
Turned down a weird dark alley.
Yeah. My friends could never find this place.
Can't blame them.
And I live back there. I'll leave it painted. Hey, that's an improvement.
A little house back there.
Yeah. It had everything was kind of healing on it at the time, and it looked bad from the outside. It was I liked the place. My mother and everybody else thought it was a disaster, but I thought it was kind of cute on the inside as far as I was concerned. Anyway, yeah, I lived there for about 6 months. 9 months. I lived there about 9 months. I lived there from July of 16 through February of 17. February of 17. So this is the Lavola Street place, and I lived there up until a few weeks ago, and when I moved in with the Franks just before this transition, but I lived over here in apartment 8 right there at the end, and that was really a blessing. I mean, it didn't look like a whole lot from the outside, and it really didn't look like a whole lot from the inside, but you know, it was a cozy little apartment that I was able to afford on my own, and I lived there for 2 years, which is the most that I had lived in any of the previous places other than the 5th Street place. So, and it was nice. The only thing I heard at night were helicopters to the hospital, you know, the med copters, but anyway, it was a nice little cozy place. So you guys remember from season 1, I moved Mrs. Drew across country to North Carolina. This was actually her house over here on Waco Street. And you know, I got to know her because she was the first lady that hired me to mow her lawn back when I started my lawn business. And so I actually mowed this the entire time I had my lawn business, which is saying something because I think she was the only one I actually carried the full time that I mowed lawn. I've mowed that lawn a few times back there. Went to Southeastern just to start my basics, and then I was going to go to SMU, and it just was a complete God thing the way that this whole thing worked out, because I can see in hindsight some of the professors, specifically one professor that was my film writing teacher, really had a great influence on my work, and I can definitely see that was kind of God's imprint on my experience, at least in Southeastern and Durant. But I was a double major in English and communications, English with a writing emphasis, and organizational and strategic communication, and a minor in general business. People said, what are you going to do with that? I'm going to be a filmmaker. That's what I'm going to be. Studied a lot in that building. Studied a lot in that building. I'd like to tell you guys a cool story about how I partied a lot, but it really didn't happen. I was a good Christian. I actually shot my first independent film, independent for projects I'd worked on with my church. I shot Consumed there because my friends owned it at the time. I actually shot my first film in that house. Learned a lot. You had to shut off the air conditioning because the air conditioning would come up in your sound, and we actually needed a clock on the wall, and so I used Gorilla Tape to put it up there and didn't realize what Gorilla Tape actually was until they got back and I told them that. They said, do you know what Gorilla Tape is? I said, isn't it like duct tape? And they said, that should have taken the sheetrock off the wall. And I said, oh, well, I think that was a God thing. It didn't actually come off. So anyway, funny story about behind the scenes filming on Consumed. That was the film that got me on the IMDb, actually. So right up here is the UPS store where I have worked 10 years of my life. Right there. I would have never thought when I started that I'd be there 10 years later. I thought for sure that was like a college job at most. Of course, at that point, I really thought I was going to go to SMU after I got my basics done, but God had other plans on that. So here I am leaving this week. But anyway, yeah.
To not SMU.
To not SMU. Yeah, I'm going somewhere not SMU. But I got some wild stories about the UPS store, but I'm not going to share them because I'm probably going to make that into a sitcom. And I can't think of a better place to end this vlog than at the world's largest peanut. We actually got a shout out from Sandra Bullock and All About Steve about this monument. So anyway, it's a landmark to Durant, and I am very optimistic about the future, excited about the future, sad to leave Durant behind. Done a lot of good things here. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. It was definitely cathartic for me. And with that being said, sweet dreams.